today we will be focusing on the investing basics since it's related to your discussion on mathematics of investment. So we will be dealing with the basics of investing. So I won't be digging deeper into specifics because this is gonna be an entire ano siya, course, an entire let's say module per topic that we will be dealing supposed to be. So we will now just focus on how to create wealth. Just give me one moment. And so we will be focusing on how to create wealth amidst pandemic, and this I will be tackling mutual funds, bond, annuities, and other investment options like stocks and the others. Okay, so let's start. Are you guys ready? Can you type in one? Ayan. So can you type in one if you are ready to learn the basics of investing? Ayan, so I'm just waiting. So di pa sila ready, kuya? Ayan, so there are two. Yan, thank you. Thank you so much for being so participative. Ayan, okay, thank you. Okay, so now let's go to the topic. Okay. So we will be talking about who. In investing, it's very important to identify the investor, to know more about the investor. Like, dili man ta maka-invest without just mag-invest lang ka, no? Na wala ka, ikaw personally, wala ka kahibaw kung unsa ka, kinsa ka as an investor. So we will be dealing with who we are as an investor, why do we invest, why people invest, and what do we invest on, unsay ang mga financial assets na ato ang gamitan, no, in order for us to be able to realize kung unsay atong financial goals in life. Okay, so this is done. Okay, so I want to share with you this one, guys. It says here that anything that is invested grows. Okay, so I was actually thinking, I always say this one to the youth, no, na akong mga gina-mentor, na anything you invest on really grows. Whether it is the best way to use as an example in order for you to really grasp the totality or the concept of investing is love life. Ayan. So, kaya makarelate na sa love life. So, I'll be, and then, your teacher is also a DJ of Hugot 101. So, I'll be relating it to love life so that it would be easier for us to digest. Because investing topic is not so, they say it's a boring topic, but I will do my best to just really do it in a way na makarelate na tanan, no? Okay, so anything that is invested on grows. Okay, for example, si boy na siya na gustuhan si girl, a classmate. So because he likes that woman, he needs to do something. He has to, of course, gusto niya maka-text. He has to add that person on Facebook. So that is an investment. You're doing something. Namuhunan ka. Okay? So that person adds the woman on Facebook, and then magpa-load, syempre, di ba? Magpa-load, tapos nag-chat. On time, you invest effort, especially imuhang heart, imuhang feelings, and also eventually, guys, that feeling that you have for that person will eventually grow. Okay, your closeness to each other will grow. And that's the same with financial investment. Okay, so inana lang siya ang concept. Okay, so according to Mariam Dictionary, to invest is to commit. That's why I've mentioned earlier na commit ka, makag-message ka niya, diba? So same with finances, we need to commit. It's when we say investing, it's not just okay, I will put money now and then I'll get it later. And then I change my mind, I'll put it again. So I have to withdraw my money. No, investing needs commitment. Okay, everything in life needs commitment. So when it comes, in this case, it's let's talk about money. In order for us to earn financial return. Okay, so kung di ka mo commit, dili ko ka maka-earn of financial return. Okay, so number 2, to make use for future benefits or advantages. Okay, the goal of investment is not right now. Investment is long term. Investment is something that we will use in the future. Diba? So like what you're doing right now, you're studying. that is a form of investment for your future. Okay, so you do something now that will benefit you in the future. Third one is to involve or engage, especially specifically in being emotional or your emotions. Even when it comes to financial investing, guys, it's really important that we need to take care of our hearts. Why? Because I will be discussing that later. No, I failed different types of investments I've tried before, but because I was so emotionally attached to my investment, I failed, nalugi. So I'll be sharing that later. Okay, so let's move on. Um, are you familiar with this guy? He is the fourth, ranking the fourth most richest man in the world. Okay, so he is Warren Buffett. So according to him, investing is the process of laying out money now to receive more money in the future. So we lay it now, we lay our money now, okay, we lay our effort now, we lay our time now, we lay our health now in order for us to receive more in the future. Okay, so future siya guys, it's long term. Okay, so let's talk about number one, who? The investor. As what I've mentioned earlier, it's very important for us to really understand who we are as an investor before we start investing. Why? Okay, so let's say for example, I've tried before, nag-invest ko, but I did not know what kind of investor I am. Okay, so we need to identify. Okay, so question, who can invest? This is one of the most common misconceptions about investment. Okay, so I will be reading. Have you guys, who do you think guys are allowed to invest? Sige nga. I want to see your responses. Anyone? Thank you, Joshua. Who else? Yan. So, according to this is the misconception before. That's why we are correcting it right now. That according to them, only rich people can invest. Only the wealthy can invest. Well, yes, because they have the money, but not only them are allowed to invest, but everyone, okay, everyone who is willing and has the money and has the capacity to learn could actually invest. Okay, so before I thought na ang investment para lang sa mga tigulang, sa mga tita, sa tito, kay sila nanay kwarta. But in fact, investing or investment is for the younger ones even more. Okay, why? Because you are young, we are young. You will have more time. You will be able to allot more time for your money to grow. Diba? So, kaya again, investment is long term. Okay, so is investing only for the experts? No. Why? Because I've told you, I was not an expert before I started investing, but I tried. Okay, so you just have to try if it's gonna work for you or if it's not gonna work for you. So you just have to know more about yourself. Okay, so let's go to the next one. Okay, so let's talk about the investor. What kind of investor are you? Let's talk about the risk appetite. So I think this is a new word for you. So a risk appetite denotes the amount or rate or percentage of risk an individual or an organization requires to bear to move ahead with its plans or objectives. Okay, so how do we put it in layman's term? Anya siya guys. Unsa ka nga klase, let's go back to love life. It's easier to relate. Unsa ka klase nga manguyabay. Sorry for the word because I lack due to the lack of terms, no. Unsa ka klase nga manguyabay? Are you someone na in love na kayo ka the moment pa ka nag-start? Like from murag love at first sight, murag gugma na jud buhos na tanan? Or are you a type of person na excuse me, na hinay-hinay nimo gi-invest imo time, wala nimo gitodo ang imong gugma para niya. That's the same with investment. Risk appetite, muna siya ang timpla. Timpla kung are you a risk taker or you are a conservative investor. Why is it important? Because if you are a risk taker, okay, if you're a risk taker, you choose investment vehicles or investment options na mas dako og return pero risky. Diba? Same with love. Again, kung ikaw risk taker sa gugma, halabira. Diba? Laban lang. And mas dakog chance na masakitan ka when it comes to love. Same with investment. All the more na halabira, strike anywhere, just do, okay, naiingon nga, kana siyang, okay, this is a very good example na this is timely. I've read on Facebook, I've heard na a lot of people were scammed sa Bubo Paluwagan, no? That is because people wanted to just jump into something na kay we call it masilaw sa rate of return. Nga hala, 1,000 na daw ako ihatag tapos mabalik sa ako 2,000. So that's 100% return. Diba? So kung ikaw na nga tao nga, uy, okay, so 1,000, 1,000, 100% return, you are a risky or you are a risk taker. Diba? Why? Kahibaw, that's a really a big risk that you're taking. Why? Kay dili, wala ka kahibaw kung giun sa niya ang pag-invest ng kwarta, giun sa niya pag-manage. Why did that, let's say for example, vehicle is earning that much? Okay, so that one ang very important, guys, to really, know yourself. Unsa ka nga type sa investor. Okay? To check, because let me just know, have you guys tried investing, or can you type 1 if you are already involved in investing or investment? Okay, so meaning wala pa. Sir Raymond, yes, Marielle, okay. Is it okay if you will share what type of investment are you into? Okay, so waiting for your answer, no? It's again, you need to really identify sa nga type ng investor. Okay? So conservative ba ka or risk taker? When we say risk taker, mo to ako example earlier, but conservative is someone na mahadlok. This is normal especially for new investors na mahadlok ka mo invest. Mahadlok ka, why? Because again, yes, networking. Okay, thank you so much, Marielle. Mahadlok ka. Why? Because there is in investment, guys, there's a chance to earn that you will grow your money, but there's also a chance that you will lose your money. Again, that's why we need to identify what kind of investor are we. What amount of risk are we willing to take to get that amount of money? Okay? So next, let's talk about the objective. Okay, I just want to ask everyone, wala pa, so si Sir Raymond Ra, si Kuya Raymond Ra, and then si Mariel ang Christopher also, what are your objectives? So, bisan wala pa ka nag-start to invest, if you are planning to invest, I want to ask you why. What's your objective? Can you type in? So, I really want people typing in just to make sure na napakay-kastorya ka because I can see you guys. Sige. So we need to identify, we need to know our objectives when it comes to investment or investing. Why? Again, if you don't know what you're investing for, security, thank you. If you don't know what you're investing for, murag dili siya inana ka bugat sa imuha to double your money, thank you. Okay, so dili siya inana ka bugat ang reason, di ba? Same with studying. That's also a form of investment. If your purpose is to give a better life for your family, then you will be focusing, you will be giving more time, you will be investing all the more in your studies, diba? But if that person is not so how do you call this one, so interested in giving better future for his or her family, dili niya kay seryosohon ang iyang investment, which is in this case studies. Okay, so thank you, Christopher. So personal investments. Okay, so now this is the reason or one of the reasons why people would want to invest or why people are investing. Can you see this picture here? Can you see this guy? Okay, it says here poor and he is diba? So for a future to be secured financially. Yes, thank you. That's true. Okay, so this guy, look at this one. What do you think will you do after you graduate? First thing that will come up into your mind is find a job, and that's okay. Okay, that's good because you have the ability to produce wealth, and this guy has the ability to produce wealth. But what's wrong about this one? Okay, I'm not discounting employees. Okay, this is for the purpose of showing investment as a vehicle. Okay, to really reach your goal. So this guy is an example of someone who is working to earn money. Employees, 'di ba? So we work to earn money, we work to provide for our family, 'di ba? So that is earning, that is income. But I want you to look at the guy, the one riding sa saan sa rake, or how do you call this one, sa rake, and then 'di ba? Who's the one? Ang kisa ang ang nagguyod sa iya ha? It's his money. This is where investing comes in. Okay, this is employment. Okay, this is income generating, but this is you working for money, human working for money, but this one is money working for you. Okay, that's the goal, or that's the reason why people want to invest. Why? Gusto ka ba na from the moment and since from now until you die you will be working? Type in yes kung gusto ka. Type in 2 if you say no. Di ko gusto na every day of my life hantod matigwang na lang ko magsigigap mo kog trabaho to give money for my family. Diba? Yes, that's true. Why? Diba? We even wanted to retire early at let's say 40, 35. Why? Because we want to enjoy life all the more. We want to spend more time with our family, and investing would actually bring you that or help you that and give you that advantage. Okay, so that's why we're encouraging you, excuse me, to really invest. And this is the reason why we are your teacher, Sir Raymond, is inviting me to share with this one with you guys. So if you don't find a way, according to Warren Buffett, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. Sakit kayo patanawon, guys, no? When I was in Manila, I ride jeepney, and then makita na ko halos tanan, let's say based lang sa ako ang experiences sa let's say mga 95% of the drivers are mga tiguang na lalaki. And I'm happy for them because they're still earning. That's good. Diba? They're still providing for their family. But what saddens me is the fact that even though pila na ilaha edad, guys, still nagtrabaho gihapon sila. Okay, I'm not saying na tungod ka, other would say that tapulan, no, but I know na nankamot sila when they were younger, but wala na ablihi ang ilang mind when it comes to investment. They were not, there was no one for them to share about investment and to enlighten them and to help them and to guide them into realizing their future or having a better retirement. Okay, so let's find a way to make our money work for us while we are asleep. Okay, so let's discuss on the objective. Okay, there are three major objectives in investment, and the first one is those are the wealth creation, protection, and wealth conservation. So when I say wealth creation, that is us working, earning money, because i-create pa nato ang wealth. Diba? Kay dili man tanan gipanganak na hayahay, diba? So that's the first step. We create our wealth, we build our dreams, we save money for our house, for our lots, for the cars, travel, business, and all. And next level is wealth protection. Another example, guys, that I would want to share to everyone. Have you heard of someone or a family na okay ilang kahimutang, but suddenly because of uncertainties, they had to sell their houses, they had to sell their lots, they had to sell their cars, they had to even borrow money because they need that for let's say for example bills, specifically nagkasakit. Tama ba? Can you type 1 if naamoy nabatian na ng story? Yeah, so I'm waiting. Yes, thank you for the reply or for the response. Yes, that's true. Normal na siya sa atua. Normal sa atua kana siyang makabati ng ina ng story. Why? They did very well in wealth creation. but they were not able to protect their investments. That's why, yes, wealth creation is very important, but wealth protection is as important as wealth creation. Kay sayang ang imuhang gipundar, sayang gipundar sa itong family if dili na siya maprotektaan. And that's one of the reasons why we are investing. Because we wanted to protect the wealth that our parents have created for us and prepared for us. Okay, so the third one is wealth conservation. Okay, why do people want to, how do you call this one, to invest? Because we want to conserve our wealth. What do we mean when we say conserve our wealth? Passing on the wealth. Diba? If you are one of those blessed people na gipamanahan, that's passing on wealth. That's conservation of wealth. Okay? Gipamanahan ng yuta, gipamanahan ng business. That's conservation. That is passing on the wealth. Okay, so I'm sorry I passed through this. So uncertainty is yes, and inflation. Type 1 if you know the meaning of inflation. Yan. Sige. Okay, so far wala. Pero have you guys heard of the word inflation? Yes, type in 1 if it's a yes. Kung nakabati na mo, just to check, no, kay para makahiba ko, yes, yes. Nakabati ta, we hear this sa news, di ba? We see it on Facebook, we read it and in business sites, di ba? So we hear inflation, pero we don't know what inflation is. Okay, so let me just use this as an example. When I started, ano ba? Tagpila na ang ballpen ron nga, no, let's just say, Mongol na lapis. Tagpila ang Mongol 2 na lapis karon. Do you have any idea, guys? 8 pesos. Yan, thank you. Okay, thank you. 7. Depende pa no kung ang imuhang gipalitan, business-minded, 5 pesos. Depende kung wholesale or retail, di ba? Yes, but when you buy it sa retail, sa sari-sari store, the usual rate is 8 pesos. That's true. But long time ago, the price of that Mongol 2 pencil was only around 3 pesos, 2 pesos. Yes. So inflation, okay, unsay bud pasabot sa inflation, guys. When we say inflation, it is the increase in the price of certain commodity, okay? The increase of the price of, let's say for example, pencil, okay? And then, kumbaga, ang price ni increase, ang value sa imong money ni decrease. Kumbaga, your 5 peso, before your top 2 pesos can buy a Mongol pencil, but now, because of inflation, there's an increase in the price of commodity, the purchasing power of your money has declined. Muna siya, guys. Munang, sa una, ang tang na litro pack was only like 10 pesos, now it's already 20 pesos. That's because of inflation. Okay? Ang bugas, barato before, ang karon sobra na kamahal. That's inflation. Ni-increase ang same usa ka kilo na bugas, pero ni-increase ang value, ni-increase ang price. Kumbaga, ni-ubos ang value sa imong money. Okay? So that's inflation. Okay? So moving forward. Okay. Okay. Now, let's go to the reason why financial assets and investment vehicles. Okay, so we will be dealing with this one now. Okay, so what are assets? Yan. So, have you heard na ang asset jud nakon kay ang akong beautiful eyes, ang akong asset kay ako smile, 'di ba? Ang akong ilong mo na akong asset. So, we've heard that one before, but let's relate it into investment. Okay? So, when you say assets, these are an asset is any resource that we own that is that we are earning. So we produce something that produces positive economic value. For example, okay, ang balay ba asset? Pwede. Depende kung yun sa paggamit. Okay. Other would say gastura ang asset is something na makahatag na tuog ka ng kwarta na maka-generate of income or maka-earn, makakuha ng profit. Okay. So, yes, baby. Ayan. Okay, so, muna siyang asset. Ang imuha bang cellphone, asset or liability? Liability is something na makagasto ta. Okay, type in 1 kung tanaw nimo ang cellphone nimo kay asset. Type in 2 kung ang tanaw nimo ang imuha cellphone kay liability. Nga pang gasto ra. Liability is mo gasto ra. Asset is maka-earn ta. Kita ang nikita. Sa liability kita ang nabawasan. Okay, asset. Very good, very good, very good. Okay, it depends. Okay, thank you for your responses. Pero it depends. Why? We can only say that our phone is an asset to us if we are earning something from it. Let's say, for example, monetary ni siya, guys, ha. Pagka ikaw, naka-cellphone and then you use it to sell loan. This is an asset. Okay? Because you're earning from this. You're generating income from this. Okay, now, what about liability? Wala na ko siya giswater. Liability is something na nakagasto ka. This cell phone could still be, same cell phone, could still be a liability. Only if wala ko nakita, sige ra ko load. Sige ra ko og kana siyang shot sa kuan, sige ra ko kanang scroll, wala ko nakita na money. Sige ra ko palit og load. Nya naguba, ipaayo pa so nakagasto. That's liability. Okay, so and we will now focus on assets, something that will give us income, something that will give or generate money for us. Okay. Okay, so let's go to plus 1. So there are types of assets. So we have physical and financial assets. So physical assets, we are familiar with this. Makita, tangible, precious metals, oils, collectibles, balay, di ba? Precious gems. So those are physical assets. Why? From real estate, ibaligya na to, we will be able to learn. Livestock, na ay mga manok yung mga parents dira, wala kay pangload, imabaligya silingan, you're earning. So that is an asset, di ba? Precious metals, golds, collectibles, mga sa tawagan ng mga old na coin, a lot of people the collectors are buying it. So that's also asset because you will earn money from it. Physical siya kay tangible. You will be able to see, you will be able to touch, smell, or even taste. Okay? So, but now we also have financial assets. So these are intangible assets. Dili na to makitaan, dili na to, alam mo like dili na to magunitan, di ba? Intangible. So examples are bank deposits, receivables, bonds, stocks, di ba? So examples na sila sa type of assets. Financial assets, what I'm trying to say. Okay, so investment vehicles, so new term. I have to use these words, no, kay for me to really explain ang kana siyang kuan. Yung sa kadugay sa bonds, kadugay sa later, guys, we need to prepare you, okay, for that. Okay, so investment vehicles. So an investment vehicle, more na siya og kana siyang kuan, guys, more na siya og sakyanan kay vehicle man gyapon siya, investment lang. Okay, unsa may purpose sa kanang multi-cab dira gikan karidad pa dong bye-bye. So kung ako daga karidad, goal na ko mga tug bye-bye, syempre musakay ko og multi-cab, muadto ko para makaadto ko sa ako ang gusto atuan. Same with with our money. Okay? So, for example, my goal is to put up my own branch, my own company. I will use investment vehicle. Kinahanglan kog sakyanan na in terms of investment para that sakyanan would be able to bring me to my financial goals. Okay. To really differentiate that this one, to really expound this one, let's say for example, why do we use investment vehicles? Because there are so many types of investment vehicles. Depende ra na siya, guys, sa imong kanus ani mo gusto ma-achieve imo goal, kung unsa kadako ang imo gusto ma-achieve. Okay? So those are some of the reasons. As an example, same. I want to go to bye-bye. Okay, so nay duha ka naka-parking. There's put and there is multi-cab. Well, if I ride put, going to bye-bye, makaabot ba ako sa bye-bye? Yes or no? Yan, sige. Para maka-participate mo ba? Para na-upload mo. Makaabot ko sa bye-bye kung masakay ko put? Yes or no? Yan, nag-type pa sila. Sige. Yes. So, one is yes. Pero dugay, that's true, Arlene. Yes, pero time-consuming. That's right, Remelin. Yes. Tama, Carol. Tama, Joshua. makaabot ko, but dugay. Okay. Pero, kung ang akong pilion is ang, how do you call this one? Multi-cog, paspas. Sakto? Di ba, paspas. Mas dali. Mas dali. Di ko madugay, di ko ma-stress. Same thing with our money. Let's just say, for example, I want to, how do you call this one? Put up my own business. Unsa asa ko mag-invest? Sa Bombay? Asa ko mag-invest sa bangko? Asa ko mag-invest sa gobyerno? 'Di ba? Kung gumagamit ko og bangko, pila ra bay tubo? Kanus apan ako maabot ang ako ang goal. Same with ni sakay ko og put going to bye-bye. Okay, now, kung moingon ko mogamit ko iba na investment companies, mag-stocks ko, mag-bonds, mas pas-pas. Mura kog ni sakay og multi-cog to reach my my destination fastly and mas hayahay, mas okay, dili ko stressed out. Okay? So, muna siya ang investment vehicle. So, an investment vehicle can be low risk or can carry a greater risk. Okay, so again, unsa may risk sa kuan, risky ba mo sa kay putput? Dili kaayo kay kuan man siya, hinay ra man siya modagan. Comparing sa multi-cog, mas paspas siya. So, mas higher ang risk na mabangga mi, di ba? So, that same with investment vehicles, there are also risks and there are also there are investment vehicles na high risk and low risk. It depends again on your risk appetite, kung sa nga klaseng investor, unsa imong ganahan. And again, guys, usually high performing, high return investment vehicles are actually risky. Mas risky sila comparing sa lower return vehicles. Same naghapon na again to expound that, same na siya sa gugma. Mas na-invest kag daghan, mas nag-invest kag time, effort, mas masakitan ka, 'di ba? Kaysa sa i-chatra siya nimo once a month. So inana na siya. Okay, same with investment vehicles. Okay? So choose whether you would want the risky one or the conservative one. Okay. Let's see here. Oops. Okay. So examples of investment vehicles are the following. So this is where we will discuss ang mga points na gihatag ni Sir Raymond to discuss. We have stocks, we have bonds, we have mutual funds, annuities, and variable unit linked life insurance. Okay, so these two are related to mutual funds. This annuity is also related to mutual funds, and this one is these two are related and they are interrelated to each other. Pero we will be dealing with that, okay? One by one. So, okay. So, stocks. Okay. Type 1 if you are familiar with, Type 1 if you are familiar with stock market, stocks. If wala, type 2. Yan, Marielle, ayan. So, that's good. That's good that as early as right now, you guys are familiar. Okay? So, yes, thank you so much. Okay, so now, investing is defined, so stocks investing is defined as act of committing money or capital to an endeavor with an expectation of obtaining an additional income or profit. Again, the role of the purpose of investing is to earn, to have profit. Kaya kung nagbutang lang kag kwarta dira and wala na ni tubo bisag isa, bisag 1%, bisag 1 peso, that's not investing. That's just mura na kag nagpiggy bank. Imura gibutang para dili lang anayon imong kwarta, para dili kawaton. It's just there. It's not investing. That's saving. Okay? So saving is different from investing, but they could go hand in hand in realizing our dreams, in realizing our aspirations. Okay, so unlike consuming, investing earmarks money for the future, hoping that it will grow over time. Okay, so when we talk about investment, when we talk about investing, I want you to take note of the word long term. Yes, long term. Okay, so investment is long term. Why? Because, di ba, walay itlog nga pag-abot dira, paggawas, manok na. Di ba? No. An egg has to stay for sometimes, usa siya ma-hatch. Same with investment. Same with planting tree. Wala ka nagtanom og kanang nagtisok og liso sa munggos nga namunga na pagkaugma. No, it takes time. Okay? It takes enough time for that investment to grow. Kay kung moingon ka, this is my ako ni siyang tambag sa inyo no, as a startup or as starting investors. If someone will ask you or tell you na let's say Charlene tagai ko Charlene og kana siyang 5,000 Charlene tapos karon Charlene and then next week times 2 na. Ako yung uli nimo. Charlene, will you be happy? Yes or no? Sige be, will you be happy? Siyempre, magpulbaan ka, malipay ka. Sige. Charlene, will you be happy? Ingnanti ka, tagaan at paghatag na kong 5,000 and then after a week tagaanti ka 10,000. Will you be happy, Charlene? Yes or no? Yes, of course, di ba? Kisa may dili gusto mo doble mo dako imong kwarta. Yes, that's true. That's pwede na siya. Pero question is, Charlene, wa ka nangutana asa na ko gibutang imong kwarta. That could be a scam. Yes, risky siya. Right? Wa ka kahibaw. That's why I told you, you need to know the investment vehicle nga iya gisakyan nganong naabot siya 10,000 imong kwarta. You need to know put ba iya gisakyan, kanang multi ka ba, stocks ba iya gisbutangan or kanang paluwagan ba unsa ba, bangko ba, wa ka kahibaw. You had no idea. But as newbie investors, we just tend to say, okay, laban. That's the reason why a lot of Filipinos are being involved in scam. Daghag na ila, daghag na sayang na kwarta because we lack financial knowledge. We lack awareness sa unsay sakto unsay dapat. Okay? Again, kung naay musulti sa inyo nga same sa ako gisulti ka Charlene, dagan palayo. Ayaw pa dool. Ayaw kahaylo sa return. Don't focus on the return so much. Focus on the risk. Newbie investors would focus on the risk. Kaya kung ako, ang ingnan ni Charlene, baliktad. If Charlene will ask me, will tell me na, ma'am, kana siyang tagaan tika, tagay ko 5,000 and then after a week, I will make it 10,000. My answer to Charlene would be, okay, asa man na mo gi-invest? Giun sa man na pag-return. Ngano 100% pa na return? Unsa may, giun sa man na siya, ang calculation and all. That would be my question. Why? Because I need to know how did my money grow that fast. Kay basig giunsa na siya. 'Di ba? Basig na involved ko sa unsa pa illegal na hinua, 'di ba? So, that's very important when you want to invest. Okay. So, let's go back. So, investing in stock market, okay, is most common way for beginners to gain investment experience. Yes. So, this is where we start, everyone. Kung wala kay, sa tawag aning knowledge pa about investment, so you can start with stocks. Okay, so pang newbie, this is okay. Now, okay. So, when we say about stocks, okay, stocks, yes. So, why do we choose stocks? Nganong stocks man? Nganong sa stocks? Why? Because it has higher return. Yes, stocks has higher return comparing to bonds. Mas taas ang return sa stocks compared sa bond. Okay? Why? Okay. For an illustration, I would want to borrow, sige, Mark J, sige. Please be ready because I'll be asking you a question. Type in your answer, okay? Yan, sige. Let's say, for example, Mark J, na akong plano is to put up my own show my house. Sige. Ang capital na gusto na ako Mark J is 10,000. Ang kinahanglan ako, okay? 10,000 pesos ang akong capital na kinahanglan in order for me to put up this show my house. But Mark J, I want to tell you, ang ako arang kwarta is 7K. More na akong kwarta. Mark J, would you want na partner ta? So, kibali, muhatag ka na ako o 3,000 para mabuo ang 10,000. Okay lang ba, Mark J? Type in 1 kung yes. Dapat yes, para madayon na itong example. Ayan, so nag-type na siya, I know. Okay, so, probably the answer would be yes. Labi na kung na siya 3K nga sleeping lang. Diba? Okay, so now, when we say stocks, you have to remember it's called, okay, so, Kuya Raymond, is okay ra ako audio?
Okay naman.
Okay, so sa side siguro ni mo Mark J. Ayan. Okay, so, sige, later na lang Mark J. Mag-participate na. Ayan. Sige, so, the stocks is, you need to remember the word part owner. Part ownership. Okay, so like my example, show my house, ang capital 10,000, I only have 7,000, and then Mark J will give me 3,000. So kaming duha ang tag-iya. Okay, kaming duha, part owner. Owner siya, owner ko, part owner. Okay, so let's say for example, I will earn 1%. Mark J will also earn 1%. 1% sa amount niya i-invest. Ako 1% sa amount na ako i-invest. Now, okay. So, how about, kung mo-earn siya og 10%? Well, 10% sa amount na akong gi-invest, ang ako ma-earn, and then 10% sa amount na gi-invest ni Mark J, ang ihapon ma-earn. So, patas. Walay lugi sa amuhan duha. It's, we have equal footing. Only that, mas dako ko gikita, kaya mas dako mo gi-invest. Okay. Now, stocks. Asa man ka mag-invest ani sa stocks. So, I will dig deeper later. But for stocks, risky ni siya, guys. Again, risky niya siya. Especially if you are doing direct stocks. What do I mean when I say direct stocks? Direct stocks is ikaw mismo mangita og kumpanya nga gusto nimo i-investan. Ikaw mismo mag-position sa market kanus ako mo invest. Ikaw mismo ang mo palit og stocks, ikaw mismo ang mo sell og stocks. It's risky. Why? Because again, for beginners, dili pa ka expert, wala pa kay masyado na nasabtan about sa stock market, then nag-engage na ka, no? So muna siyang dapat sa tawag aning, we need to really timplahon ang ato ang risk appetite. Okay, so where do we invest when stocks? It is in the Philippine stock market here in the Philippines. So we have Philippine stock market or stock exchange, PSE. You can check there. There are available, how do you call this one, investment or companies. So like these. So muna siya, list of companies na pwede mo mag-invest. If you're planning to invest sa United Paragon, so asa bisig kasi na sa Waterfront Philippines, you can invest there using the Philippine Stock Exchange. Okay? So, okay, next. Again, it's not easy for you to pag direct ang stock ang imo gikuha, no? It's not easy. Why? Kay again, wala tay expertise. So we need to, like ako, a personal experience I had. Ang ako naman before was what I did was forex. I did forex trading, and I was a newbie when it comes to investment. I did not know. I was a risk taker, by the way. Okay. I took that risk kaya nga, no, when you do trading, foreign exchange trading, I traded dollar and then dollar and euro. So I traded that online. Excuse me. Ang nahitabo, kanilaging ingon ko emotional, di ba? Sobra ka emotionally attached sa ako ang gi-invest. And then, wala kayo'y guide. Even though nag-study pa ko ato, nag-seminar, saan siya pag-invest, itudluan jud mi as in. Pero still, di man ko expert. What happened was when I woke up in the morning, the message ko, naon sa man wala naman kay kwarta. So, like, pag at night, nag-invest ko, nag-trade ko, napakoy kwarta, guys. But when I woke up in the morning, wala na koy kwarta. So that's one of the reasons why we need to be very careful when we do direct stocks. Okay, direct stocks. So Ayala Land. So if you're planning to invest in these, just go to Philippine Stock Exchange, to Jollibee. And I'll tell you more later on kung saan pag invest ani nila nga indirect. Okay, so because there's also indirect, and indirect is mas hayahay siya compared sa direct stocks. Okay, so these are Philippine Stocks Exchange brokers. Again, dili ka pwede mo ato sa Jollibee manuktok ngadto nga papalita kog stocks, papalita kog share. No, that's not allowed. There are brokers. Okay, in order for you to get a stock, or a share in let's say for example Jollibee SM, you have to go through these brokers. You have to choose whether may bank ba ka, kani sila, and they will help you or connect you to the company that you wanted to be investing on. Okay, so there is a broker. Okay, very important. Okay, so these are examples of how do you call this one? Ah, yeah, this. Ah, I want to share this one with you guys. Stocks is a very good. Okay, very good siya, yet very risky. Okay, so I want you to look at this one. Okay, so this is in 2015, December 31, 2015, Apple Incorporation. This is from NASDAQ. No? You can check this one online. During that time, December 2015, ang amount ra guys, ang presyo per share was only $26.32. Now, kung ikaw, nag-start ka o nag-invest, ni palit kag stock, nga time sa Apple, on December 31, 2015, look, what happens after pila ka years? 2020, August 21, unsa ni rate? Comparing to 26.32 US dollar, price per share is now 124.37 US dollar. Diba? So, grabe ang pag-increase sa value. And that's how we will appreciate stocks. Why? Long term, diba? From 2015 to 2020. Dili kaugma dayon, dili sunod semana dayon, dili sunod tuig dayon. Yes, you can do short-term trading, short-term investment, pero stocks is for long-term. Okay? So long-term. Long-term siya kay ngano. If you put your money here 26, let's just say for example, take out your calculators if you have. Let's say for example, you have 26.32 times ni palit ka og 100 ka shares. That was only 2,632 US dollars ra dapat ang imuhang igawas. Pero compare karon, kung karon pa ka mo palit na ang price is 124.37, same amount of shares imo paliton, that's 12,000. So 12,000 minus 2,632, that's a difference of $9,000 nga nasayang kung karon ka mo palit. That's why it's very important when you want to invest, start early. Muna ang i-share na ko ninyo. My goal is really to educate the younger generation na mag-put up na karon para inigabot sa panahon, dili na ka magbasol, dili na ka magdali-dali. Diba? Because you're already enjoying. Okay, so that is how we appreciate stocks. From 26 US dollars, it will eventually grow. And now, it is at 124.37 US dollar. Apple price per share. Okay? So, inana na siya ang stocks. So, I hope you appreciate. Clear ba ang description sa stocks? Ang iyahang kuan? Please type in 1 kung nasabtan ninyo ang stocks. And then, this is international. You can also do local, like sa Jollibee. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Marian. Sa SM, sa bisag unsa pa nga gusto ninyo nga companies. Again, just go to, if you wanna do direct trading, no, or direct stocks, go to Philippine Stocks Exchange. Okay? So, next is, okay. So, this is, okay. Guys, this is, if you have heard, or if I am not sure, have you heard if that PAL is one of the say tawag aning niubos ang actually nagplano sila na magfile bankruptcy. Okay? Look guys, our topic is in how do we earn amidst pandemic. If you have money right now, if you want to do direct stocks, and if you think na si PAL maka-recover pa, okay, nga mo kay karon the price is at 7 pesos per share. Kung tanaw nimo si PAL maka-recover pa after 5 years, it's good time to buy that share right now. Why? Pariha sa example na to earlier, it was at Yeah, there. Okay, so before it was only 26. After 13 years, nahimo siyang 124. Same with this one. If you want to buy shares sa PAL, yes, palubog ang PAL and they're planning to file bankruptcy. But if you think na napa siya chance na mo in the future mo boom pa ang PAL, ma-okay pa siya maka-recover, then you can buy now at 7 pesos per share. And then after 5 years, Anna, we don't know. It might be at 20 pesos, 30 pesos per share, diba? So, position properly. Pandemic, this is the best time to invest. Nga naman, ang kana siyang, dili lang Lazada, dili lang Shopee ang naka-sale, guys. And again, Lazada, Shopee, dili na sila investment, okay? Unless na lang mga tools or whatever in hangi pamalit for future. Well, anyway, dili lang ang Lazada o ang Shopee ang naka-sale karon. Also the stock market. Why? The economy is down. When the economy is down, the price of the stocks or the shares are also lower. Okay? So, and kung maka-recover na eventually ang ato ang country, ang world after this pandemic or when there is already a vaccine, mutaas na ang value. And then, 'di ba? Mo-earn ka. Okay? So, that is for the stocks. Now, let's go to bonds. Okay, so because I only have few minutes left. So, bonds. Okay, so bonds are debt securities. If ang stock is part ownership, bond is utang, lend, borrow. Muna siyang pinaka-word na dapat natin timanan. Okay? So, bond are debt securities issued by corporations. So, there are private bonds, there are government bonds. So, the most familiar one is the government bonds. Why? Bond is, comparing to stocks, bond is less risky than stocks. Why? Bond is for government. So, let's say for example, ako magpautang kong kwarta sa gobyerno kaya nanginahanglan ang gobyerno o money para makasurvive sa pandemic. And then the government will borrow money from me and then ako tubuan og interest. Sige? Okay, so for, again, stocks, part owner, okay, bond, utang, okay, debt, okay, pahulam, interest rate. Okay, so now, is this risky? Yes, pero lesser. Why? Because it's the government that's borrowing money from me. Makabayad ba ang government? Yes, dili dako kita ang government, but still, people are paying taxes. When you buy food, when you buy junk food, when you buy anything else, you are putting money for the government. Okay, so the government will be able to buy to pay money sa ako. Okay, so ina na siya, and then okay. Pero interest rate ni siya, guys. Interest rate, dili siya ingon nga ang imuhang kita dako. Compare sa stocks, mas gamay ni siya kita pero less risky siya. Okay? Compare sa stocks, mas dakog possible return pero mas risky po siya. Okay? So, inanar na siya sa investment. So, when we say, kung ikaw nakapalit ka og bond, okay, bond, dili ka part owner. Okay? Unlike the stocks, you are part owner, but for bond, you are not a part owner. Okay, so, kuan lang siya, indebtedness lang anuhan. If evidence of indebtedness nga, ikaw nagpautang ka sa company, ikaw nagpautang ka sa gobyerno. Okay? So, an issuer can be a corporation or government. So, this is more senior security than stocks or equities. Kaya nga, no, again, dili siya kaayo, pareha sa SM na karon gamay kita, usahay ko. So, murag inanay ihang kita, pero kanunay. Okay, so, and for bonds, this is also long-term. So, more than a year ang ihang maturity at the time of issue. So, bond, there is maturity. Stocks, you choose when to cash out. Okay? It's more liquid. You can choose when to cash out. I'll cash out tomorrow. Pero again, go back to your goal kung sa goal nimo. Long-term dapat. So, next is, so, na maturity date, na 10 years. So, maturity kung kanong saan na dapat bayaran sa gobyerno. Ang iyahang, kay inaani man na siya, guys. Magpautang ko sa gobyerno, i-indicate nito ang maturity date, kanus saan niya ipautang, kanus saan niya bayaran, unsa kadugay, after a year ba, after 2 years, kumpila ang interest, inana na siya ang sa bond. Okay, so muna ang kita nimo is naka-base sa interest. Unlike sa stocks, mas dako siya ka-invested sa Jollibee, invested sa SM and Ayala, sa bisig asa pa nga company sa PLDT, di ba? So mas gamay ni siya o possible return. Next, muna siya ang akong example na gina-mention earlier na ikaw si lender, si borrower, si government. So mag-exchange, okay, so, through pero di ko ni siya maingon nga, gobyerno, utangin ko, no, you have to go through intermediaries. Intermediary ang tawag sa mga, how do you call this one? So, part sa government nga, ngadto ka, magbutang o mag-invest, tapos sila ang magpautang sa imong part na. Okay, so, ina na ang mahitabo. Borrower, lender. Okay. So, this is an example of a bond. So, this is a 5-year loan na ang iyang coupon is the interest rate, 4.25%. No, after 5 years, dapat ni siya nga bond, bayaran na sa nanghulam with the capital, 100% capital plus 4.25 interest. Okay? So, let's see if you have questions. Yan. Okay. So, this is another example of if a bond certificate. So, kung ikaw, mupalit kag bond, you will receive a bond certificate indicating kung unsa ang transaction nga tuan. Kinsa nag-lend, mo na siya ang sa bond. Okay? So, this is an example of, I got this one. This is a bond yield historical data of the Philippines. So, for 10 years, kung kita, actually ako nag-ikat ang iba ka din may sa screen. So, before, bond price was at 6 pesos. Karon guys, I told you, discounted. It's only at 3 pesos. So if you have a spare amount to invest, you can invest. Okay? You can buy bonds from the government para sa tawag aning pag naka-recover na ang government, you will enjoy the fruit of the pandemic, 'di ba? So you can still make money out from this pandemic by just knowing how, where, and what to do. Okay? So, muna siya an example of the bond fund. Nasa Philippines siya. So, from 6 January 2019, karon 3 pesos talaga siya. So, mas barato. So, kapag nipalit ka karon, after 5 years, nitaas siya, hindi mo siyang 7, nikita ka. Okay? So, that's for the bond. Okay, so next, we have mutual funds. Okay, so a mutual fund is a type of investment vehicle consisting of portfolio. So pag mayroon tag mutual funds, including part sa mutual funds ang stocks ug ang bonds. Okay, so muna giuna na kong explain ang stocks ug ang bonds for you to understand mutual funds. Now, how does a mutual fund work? Ayun siya. Excuse me. Let's say for example, si Arlene, si Joshua, si Mariel, si Mark J. ug ako, kuan may let's say naami tag 10,000 kada usa, and then we wanted to grow our money. Okay, so mutual fund is, di ba, kung sa relationship kay nas lang mutual understanding. You cannot say mutual kung ikaw ra isa. Someone should be there with you, okay, para nakay ka mutual. Same thing with investment. So mutual funds, it is a mutual agreement, or it's a pooled fund. So mura siya kuan ba? So sa pool, swimming pool na siya, source of water nga ri, and then natigom sa pool. That is an example of mutual fund, or that is mutual fund. That's how it works. Na ang money, ako usa ka investor, another investor nagbutang og gamay na kwarta. Let's say ako, kadahay lang nagbutang ko og kana siyang 1 million. Tapos si Arlie nagbutang og 10 million, di ba? Di ba? Tapos si Joshua 20 million. O di ko palupig si Kuan Mariel, nagbutang si Mark J, nagbutang siya og 20 million, di ba? So, ano na siya? Na pool, nahimo siyang pool na usa. And then this company nga inyong gibutangan sa inyong kwarta will diversify. Siya na ang muad to mag-invest sa SM, mag-invest sa Jollibee, mag-invest sa PLDT, mag-invest sa Globe, mag-invest sa... That's how mutual funds work. Okay? It's a pool of money, it's a pool of fund that is that comes from different investors, and then it will be given, or it will be invested to different investment vehicles or different companies para mo kita. Okay, so again, it could either be stocks or bonds. Depende sa imo ha, kung mo yung ka sa company, I want stocks, I want bonds. So that's where the content or of mutual funds. Okay, so next is, why do we invest in mutual funds? First is mas barato. Okay? Kaya iba nga companies dili sila gusto nga 10,000 na di ko mo dawat di ko musukat. But if you have 10,000 but you want to invest, you can use mutual funds using stocks, diba? Indirect. This is mutual fund is indirect. Katong ganina ako gi-discuss bond, ikaw mo to sa government, ikaw mo to sa kuan. That's direct. Now, we're talking about indirect investment. Okay? So you're using companies, institutions na sila ang mo tagi-tagis, we call them fund managers. Okay, fund managers, sila ang nag-manage sa fund, ngayon hagibutang sa pool para ma-invest sa bisan asa na companies para mas dako siya potential to earn. Now, nganong dili man kay SM ra ko gusto no. You need to diversify your investment. Di kay sa usa ra ka lugar. Why? Kung malugi si SM, lugi na pud katanan. Okay, so fund managers diversify your portfolios para kung malugi si SM, nabawi ni Jollibee kita. Tapos nabawi ni Mercury Drug. Inana na siya. That's why it's very important to, if you have heard this, don't put all your eggs in one basket. They will call it diversification. Okay? So mutual fund has lower cost, reduced risk. Nga no? You're not the one managing this. It's the fund manager already. And then, And then, And then, so transparency because you can access this online. And the fund managers will give you, actually, this is, I've seen this in person. I can see, makita na ko ang investment nga nito buod. Kaya it's really transparent. So, and then they can choose, they know how they're expert in their craft sa pag-invest. They know where to invest, when to invest, and how to do it. Okay? So, moving forward, let's go to, muna siya ko gi-discuss earlier. What's this? No. Okay, so let's say for example, there are investors, tapos there's fund manager, ihatag ninyo yung money sa fund, tulo mo kabok, ihatag ninyo, sila mangita sa stocks, mag-invest sa bonds, tapos mahatag return, iuli nila sa inyo, invest na po mo balik, it's just a circle, it's just a cycle. Okay? So dili ani nga time, it's indirect, you're not the one nagpulaw-pulaw, unlike sa ako before, ako mismo ang nag-trade mo to. Di man ko expert na lugi, unlike kung ang fund manager ang nag-manage, ang nag-invest, dili na siya magpataka nag-invest kay fund manager siya, expert siya. Okay? So next, annuities. So for annuities, more ni siya guys o kana siyang naghulog ka monthly sa bangko. Annuities are usually for, more ni siya, it works like pension. Kaya more ni siya pension iyang work, iya trabaho nga. Pero different sa pension is that ang pension, di ba, employed ka, and then there's certain, let's say, 5 years or 10 years ka sa company, usa pa kanila kana siyang tagaan og pension, di ba? Pero annuity is different. Why? Because you can choose the company nga ngadto ka mag-save every day, every month, let's say, or every quarter or every year. And then kana siya nga company bisan pa og magbalhin-balhin kag trabaho o kumpanya, still kana siya nga sa tawag aning imuhang money nga ma-earn later kay kana siyang kuan magpadayon. Unlike sa pension, dili nakatagaan kung dili ka adto nag-retire. Okay? So that's an example. Okay. Give me a second. Meters. One moment. Okay. So, annuity. It works like pension, but it's not pension. Kumbaga, mag-monthly ko. Annuity works like this. Mag-monthly ko 5,000, 5,000. Ani nga company. Okay? And then, kani nga company, ila-invest ang ako ang money until mag-retire ko. Mag-undang na ko hulog. So, katong amount nga ako ang ihulog, let's say for example, 5 years, ila to gi-invest, pwede to siya nakukuhaan nga buo, or moingon ko, I retire na ko and I want to assign na every month lang ihatag ang kita na ko. And the rest, is kada yung nag-invest, unya, sige lang kong dawat sa kita until paon ko ni Lord, ako ng pamilya ang magsiig dawat. It could work like that. That's annuity. Okay? And a lot of people are doing annuities with life insurance. Okay? Life insurance with investment ang ilang gibuhat. Okay, so I'll make this quick. So annuities a series of usual equal payments. So dili pwede nga karon 5,000 ugma 10,000. No, it's equal payments. Same amount ang imong ginasave. Consistently ka naga-save monthly, consistently ka naga-save quarterly, semi-annual or annual. Okay, so examples are shop rentals, di ba? Ang sa rental, dili man siya karon kay karbuan na kay 10,000 ugma kay next month kay 20 no. It's the same. Okay, another is insurance premium policy or a regular deposit to your savings account and installment payments. Again, it's very important kung asa nimo ibutang imong annuity plan. Why? Kay kung sa bangko lang guys, if nag-retire nimo, maura to, wala siya kay tubo. That's around 0.125%, 0.0125% ang tubo karon, mas ni ubos. Okay? So, be wise in choosing where to invest your money. Okay? So, next. Okay, so muna sila ang mga financial intermediaries. Kumbaga, mga agianan nato ang third party nga kinahanglan natong i-meet kung gusto ta mag-invest. If you want to invest in banks, so there's if you want to do time deposit, special savings, you can go to the banks or trusts company. If you want to do investment, if you want to go if you want to buy bonds, T-bonds, treasury notes, treasury bills, corporate bonds, you go to investment houses. Yes, you can check that online. And if you want, later you can ask me. You can send me a direct message if you want to know more about this. And then we also have, if you want to buy mutual funds, there's also an investment companies na available. Now, a lot of investment companies are available out there. So if you want to buy stocks, you can go to stockbrokers. You cannot go directly to the company again. And if you want to avail insurance, like VUL or variable unit linked insurance, so you can go to insurance companies through financial consultants. Okay, so muna siyang examples. And then this is an illustration that shows, sapit na ko naman guys, don't worry. Are you still there? Please type 1. Kung naapa ba mo, are you learning so far? Please type 1 if you're learning. If not, mga na ako sa akong meeting. Ayan, thank you. Ayan. Okay, so this is how do you call this one? An illustration ang gipakita kung unsay possibilities sa imong money. Okay, again, we've discussed inflation. During this time, aning nga illustration, ang inflation rate is at 3.1%. Okay, so ano nga time? So kumbaga, kung ang before, kung example lang ha, kung gahapon, ang inflation rate karon is 3.1, kumbaga gahapon, ang presyo sa ballpen kay sa tawag ani 10 pesos, ugma same ballpen, ang presyo na is original price plus 3.1% of the original price. Mauna na siya. That's inflation. Okay? So, there's treasury bills. So, kung makita niyo guys, equities or stocks always outperform the fixed instrument. Kani kay fixed instrument man ang kanang bonds guys. Kani sila mga fixed instruments. Okay? And if you will see the numbers, mas taas usually o return ang stocks. But again, it's risky. Mas risky siya kaysa sa mga bonds. Okay? So again, I said earlier, one of the reasons why we want to invest is for us to beat inflation. Kaya kung dili niyo malupig ang inflation, munang ang mga tao magkalisod. Kay awa, last year, ang presyo sa bugas, 30 pesos. Karo, ang akong kita is 10,000 naman. Next year or next month, in the next 6 months, same ra akong kita. Pero ang bugas ni mahal. Na-beat na ko sa inflation, napildi ko sa inflation, kaya wala ni increase akong kwarta, akong amount, akong purchasing power, mas gamay na ko mapalit. Diba? Kung ipalit na ako before, kung mapalit ko balik 10,000 na bugas, worth 30 pesos per kilo, mas daghan kog mapalit sa unta, compare karon. Kay tungod sa inflation, ni taas na ang presyo sa commodity. Okay? So, ano siya. But again, these two up there, padong ka nga to sa babaw, that's increasing risk. Okay? Pero increasing return. But again, manage your expectations. Okay. Next is, yan. So, last part na ni guys. Don't you worry. I'll be out in a bit. Yan. So, we have stocks, bonds, mutual funds, or annuities. Okay, so for stocks, you are a shareholder. For bond, you just have to hold the bond certificate. For mutual fund, you can be part owner or holder of bond. Okay? Tapos, annuities, part ownership pa din. You can, why, we'll explain later. Okay, for the, what you buy, in stocks, you are buying shares. In bonds, you're buying a bond or your the certificate. And then it's just, okay, and for mutual fund, it's a share also. For annuities, that's units or share. And then, for issuer, stocks, you can buy it in the stock market, bonds, government and private bond companies, mutual funds, private companies, a bank or a brokerage firm. And then for annuities, you can go to insurance companies, okay, or meet an insurance a consultant. Okay, next is earning, dividend for stocks, and then interest for bonds, dividend and return for annuities. Okay, so type of investment, stocks, you can do direct and indirect. Bonds, direct also or indirect. But mutual funds is indirect because you have a fund manager that's managing the funds for you, as well as annuities. Okay, so for risk, among all these, stocks is the most risky investment vehicle because it has the highest possible rate of return. So for those investor na conservative, mahadlok, malugi, you can start with bonds. Okay, that's a good start. And then you can mutual fund. It's a pool of funds invested to different companies, and then annuities, that's also indirect. Okay, so for this one, for the return, okay, higher possible. Okay, I've mentioned this one. The advantage for stocks, for direct stock, is you have full control. Pero again, disadvantage is dili ka expert. You also have to carry all the losses kung kinahangkong malugi ka alone. Okay? So for bonds, you can transact personally, yes, you still have the control, pero ang disadvantage, low ang possible return, tapos ang borrower, ang mahuam nimo ang musulti kung pila iyang interest. Muna siya sa bond. Okay, so for mutual funds, managed by fund managers, that's an advantage because they're experts, and then management fees could be high, depende kung asa ka gusto magpa-invest. Okay? So, depende mo na siya. Kung kani ko nga company, kani nga investment vehicle, gusto ko, mas taas na siya. Or kani, mas maba na siya. So, okay. So, same thing with annuities. So, management fees could be high and it's managed by the fund managers. Okay. So, example, the bank. Okay. So, example with the bank. Example niya siya sa annuity, guys. You could save consistently 5,000 a month. That's annuity. Okay. So, this is annuity in the bank, and this is annuity using another company. Nga example, after, let's say, kani siya after, let's say, 12,000, sige, 60,000, multiply na to guys ha, 60,000 multiply nimo og 30 years, that's 1.8 million. Just by saving 5,000 consistently, month in, month out sa bank. Okay, that's annuity. Okay, monthly ka nag-save. Pero if you put it in a different company, not just bank is also good. That's good, ha. But again, if you can remember the put and how they call this one, oh my gosh, nakalimot ko. Pidik sane, basta ka ng sakyanan, padungan to, diba? So it will bring you faster. So just by saving same 5,000 a month, after 30 years, it could go up until 4 million, 4.8 million. Again, the values here are not guaranteed. Depende pa na siya sa performance sa iyong fund sa market. Okay. Next is personally, by doing saving monthly, I'm consistently saving monthly, and praise God because God has allowed me to invest to this company. So some of the companies nga ako gina-invest. So type 1 kung gusto kaya multi-cap. Salamat Mariel. Okay, so type in 1 kung gusto ka mo invest ani nga mga companies. Yan. You just have to save consistently. Okay? So mga ka, wala pa man koy ka ng kita, ate or ma'am, well, at least you have the knowledge. Diba? Na pag-start ka mag-earn, if you want to invest in SM, you know how to do it. Okay? So, this is good point. So, before we end, I would like to share na again, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. Okay, so personally, I don't want to be working for money until I die because I want to enjoy my time with my family. And that's one of the reasons why I am into investing. I am into investment. I love my family so much that I want to enjoy my time with them mas taas, 'di ba? Nga makauban ako sila. So, I don't know what's your reason why in investing, but again, please, since you've heard this today, please lang when you start earning money, start investing for your future. Okay? Because di ko gusto nga ang mga si Kuya Raymond nga just si Kuan ang katubang isa sa mga kanang estudyante na ako nga na sa pag-speak nimo kay kanang ni-retire siya tapos wala siya ipon. That's sad for me. That's really sad. Why? Because my goal is to educate and to help Filipinos to be able to reach their financial goals. Okay, so let's start investing. So thank you so much for taking your time. Thank you for listening. I do hope that I was able to add value to you today. So thank you and thank you, Kuya Raymond, for inviting me. Yeah, thank you guys. Yeah, yes, Kuya.